I look terrible in hats.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Team
I thought you
Powerhouse
didn't let me do it
podcast. All right,
today.
you
No,
do
I
it.
was just kidding, man.
Welcome to the Team Powerhouse podcast. How you doing today, everybody? This is David and Eric live with you on Tuesday nights. We thank you so much for being a part of your lives every week, and excited to share with you some new and exciting real estate news and things that are going on in the market, seasonal stuff, etc.
New news?
Some new news.
Something I didn't know about.
And make sure, of course, you're watching us every week on our social media platforms. Make sure to go on Facebook, type in Team Powerhouse Real Estate, or go to David Lamel on our Facebook pages. Go to YouTube, type in Team Powerhouse Real Estate. Go to Instagram, Team Powerhouse Real Estate. Rumble, Spotify in the car on the way home, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Twitter, also known as X.
Twitter.
X, yeah. X and
Did you say Rumble?
LinkedIn. What's that?
Did you say Rumble?
I did say Rumble.
Okay, Rumble.
All around the world, and of course TikTok with about 26,000 people watching us now here. Thank you so much for being part of our show every week. We appreciate the opportunity to speak and be a part of your lives. And of course, if you have any questions for us while we're on the show, or just want to chat, please say hello to us. Let us know you're listening, and we can answer any kind of questions you have, or if you have a subject you want us to talk about, we're happy to do that as well.
Well, as long as it's real estate related. Because if it's top five rankings of anything, we're not very good at that.
We're not very, that's true, we're not very good at, or prepared for it.
And we're uglier this week since the boys are not here.
That is very true. The boys were here with us last week. It was a great show you had to watch. We had Dylan and Danny, double Ds, and it was good to be here with them and getting a little taste of their knowledge. It's interesting how much more knowledge they are on some aspects than we are.
Yeah.
And to get to see them, out and about. It's interesting to also watch their progression over the last 6 months and a year being on the show, because they've come on the show before, and their confidence level pick up.
Yeah,
and
they're
being on
comfortable
camera.
with it. They should just take over for us, really.
Yeah, absolutely, that'd be great. I still want to see with the rest of the team coming on the show, so I'm doing this over here.
Come on, guys.
I know. We got a great team, as you maybe know.
You and I have faces for radio. You know?
Yeah. Welcome to the Team Powerhouse PowerCast. We love being a part of the show every week, though, and having some fun. So, talking about real estate. So, how many of you out there are looking to buy a house today? Raising your hands, saying hello, giving a shout out,
I don't see any hands.
right? How many people out there are thinking about selling your house today? There are so many important things that you need to know to make sure you're maintaining. We're coming into what they call the spring market. The spring market for us already kind of took off,
The
right?
real estate spring market started already.
Absolutely.
What, half ago, 2 months ago, maybe?
That's about right, absolutely right, definitely.
In winter.
Yes. It's always that January 15th to January 30th timeline where the spring market kind of begins.
Yep.
People are stuck at home and they're like, oh my God, I gotta get out, or the leases are ending.
They're breaking out of that cabin fever and we're ready.
Yeah.
That's what they're like.
Uh,
Holidays are done, we're ready.
And maybe the leases are up or coming up, and they're thinking about buying a house, so they start looking on the computer, looking at different websites, and seeing what's coming to the market. And the homes are starting to trickle in. And with the homes trickling in, people are getting excited. A lot more people are doing work to their homes prior to getting their house in the market. And those homes make a difference. But before we get to the home part, let's talk about the season of spring and what people should be doing, getting their house ready for sale. What would you throw some things out there?
Well, as it relates to spring, you're definitely gonna want to get rid of or clean up some of the shrubbery and leaves and stuff like that. I can't emphasize how important curb appeal is for a house.
Absolutely
You
true.
know, you want the folks that walk in your door, you want them to have a good feeling from the moment they get out of the car.
Absolutely.
Nice smooth driveway, manicured lawn. I mean, it doesn't have to be, what's the City Field? It doesn't have to
Right.
look like City Field. No offense to the Yankee fans who like Yankee Stadium, but have that stuff done. I mean, emotional feeling when they walk through that door, it has to be a positive.
You mentioned also shrubbery, which is very, very important also, because the shrubbery, I'm not sure if you know, when a home has a lot of bushes and shrubbery really close to it, it attracts more bugs to the house. So those are things that you want to definitely cut back over the,
Well, it gives the bugs a bridge to the house. It gives them a way to get in the house.
100%. And why make it easy for them? Let's make sure we get those shrubs trimmed back, cleaned up, as you mentioned, all the leaves and all the stuff that's collected over the last few months on the bushes and stuff. Maybe get some mulch or some rock.
Yeah, I'm not a landscaper. Did we have a landscaper on? I know we had a guy who kind of designs the
Nick,
yard and stuff.
Nick Cavadas with
Nick,
the
yeah.
Escapes. Great
But
guy.
I don't know what exactly is the right time to start pulling down mulch. Because, I mean, listen, it's not like we haven't had snow in April, you know?
That is true. And an alternative to actually putting mulch down is really a great one is rock. Stone, which is more expensive, but you put it down one time and it's done. I can tell you from my personal experience, in our home, we used to do mulch every year, new fresh mulch, because it just looks nice and clean and fresh and it looks great. And it's a beautiful thing. But depending how much area you have to cover for mulch, whether it's your front of your house, the back of your house, around trees, it can get pricey. And it's something that it's gonna like every year you invest in that $1,000 or whatever it is, and you never kind of get a return on it. As
So you talk
opposed
about
to-
like the white gravel type stuff?
Yeah, the white gravel stone, which is sweet. Val and I decided.
It's just more stuff for the kids to throw at the house and the windows though.
That is very true also, absolutely.
And then it goes out in the yard somewhere,
Yeah.
and then you're running over it with the mower, and it shoots it at the window, and you're like,
Like a little bullet, you know?
yeah.
But what I'll tell you is that the rock or the stone you put in front of your house or around the mulch areas where the mulch was,
Oh, it looks fantastic.
it does look great. You buy it one time. So it's one of those things that you think to yourself, okay, I just bought a house, or I'm going to be selling a house, and I want to get the best bang for my buck, or I want the best bang for my buck investing in my house in time. Do I want to do this project over and over and over? And I know that you guys are watching and thinking to yourselves, oh, I have to buy mulch again. I bought mulch last year. If it costs you $300, $400, $500 to get your property done, it's repeated. Go buy that stone and you spend the $2,000 one time, and it's done. And it's a pretty good
Yeah,
investment.
but the thing I like about the mulch, some folks have the different color mulches.
Yes.
So you can actually, one of the best houses I've ever seen was a house that had the black mulch with the black shutters.
Bingo.
And it was just like, wow.
So
It just popped.
you make actually a very good point. So maybe if you're going to sell your house, a less expensive way to do it, go get the mulch. Good point.
Or black rock.
And I've never seen black rock, but that sounds pretty cool.
Spray paint it. No, that's not an advisement, I'm not telling you.
I wouldn't do that, but you know what? But I would definitely say black mulch. I agree with you 100%.
It's elegant.
Absolutely.
You know how like suit tie, black suit, you know,
Yes.
black tie?
That's a really good
It's
analogy. I like it.
really, it's just so elegant.
Right? So we're gonna both agree on the black mulch, getting home for sale ready, go black mulch. I prefer that. Oh, it used to be the red was very popular, and the brown. I think the brown and the red was very popular, but definitely black all day long for sure.
Yeah, it's cyclical, you know, it
Yes,
changes.
It
You know,
does.
Gray walls,
Right,
white trim,
yes,
30 years ago, that was a hospital.
right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Now it's half the houses out there.
Absolutely true. So getting your house ready for spring also includes gutters,
Oh,
right? Let's make sure your gutters are clean. We are getting bombarded right now in this spring rain, and you want to make sure your gutters are clean. Make sure that they're not filled up with leaves and whatever other schmutz we'll call it in there, because by the gutters being clean, the water's going to come out. And you want to make sure the bottom of the gutters have extenders on them. The gutter extenders are very important, as we know, because putting a gutter extender, you should be up maybe 3, 4 feet, 5 feet outside the property or the house, would you say?
away from the foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, the farther away from the foundation, the better, for sure.
Absolutely. And as Eric was saying, because what happens if you don't have a gutter extender there, that water is going to go straight down near the foundation, and then what happens?
It penetrates your basement and you have a wet basement,
100%.
potentially. And I don't care, even if it's concrete.
That's right.
Concrete's only gonna hold back so much water.
Exactly right. And water always finds its least path of resistance going down, and then it goes under. If you have a house with an unfinished basement, and you've got your support poles, what do they call those things?
Columns.
Columns, thank you very much. And in the columns, you'll notice that the columns have a rust look, and it kind of looks rusty up the pole. People say, well, how's my column rusty? I don't understand. No water's falling down from the top.
Well, it's
of it.
moisture from the ground, and
Yes.
it's also humidity.
Yes.
It's mostly humidity, but
Yes.
some of it is from moisture from the ground.
Absolutely, and what you have to do is it wicks up your column, and then you have that rust looking thing, which of course makes people very uncomfortable.
Well, I've had folks be apprehensive whether it's a 4x4 post, which has significant rock down at the bottom,
Yep,
or the lolly column,
yep,
either concrete filled or otherwise. that there's just like so much rust at the bottom that it looks like it's just gonna fall. Yeah.
Absolutely true. So definitely want to make sure, and you just brought up a great conversation, by the way, you want to definitely make sure to get the water as far away from the home as possible. Make sure those gutters are clean, make sure the water's coming out 4 or 5 feet easily from the house, whether you get a long white gutter, or you can get those tubes with extenders on them that are kind of an accordion thing, which are great also. Definitely want to get the water away from your house to protect your house from extra water.
And if you have the type of system where, you know, where it goes down into the ground,
Yes,
and then there's a hose, well, a line, a pipe, that'll run it out to the street,
yes,
okay, or at least a distance from the home,
yes.
it wouldn't hurt to have those scoped every couple of years,
That's a really smart
because you
idea.
get sediment and all kinds of grass and stuff in there, and it's just gonna back up, and all that water's gonna have someplace to go, and it's gonna be your
What's
lawn or house,
It also could have an animal that got inside there that, you know, as you
nested.
mentioned, nested inside there, so definitely a good idea to scope, that's a great idea. Landscapers can do lots of things for you. If you don't have somebody, please ask us, we'll get somebody for you. Our arm's length are connected to a lot of people, a lot of businesses, as you know, to help you guys out and who own homes. Just because you have a realtor you sold a house with, probably in the past, or bought a house in the past, you may not be in contact with them anymore. We're here as your friends, as your people advisors, to educate you as much as possible in owning a home, whether you own one right now, if you're buying a house or selling a house. I always know that Eric and I are here for you.
Tell them why it is that water is such an issue recently.
Well, personally, or a big picture, I
Well,
mean,
no,
we have the
yours
amount-
was what, a couple months ago?
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
14 inches of rain, I think in the last week or something like that. We have more rain here than most of the country's getting. And Connecticut now is established as, I think, a rainy state, if you will. It's crazy how much rain is actually happening in Connecticut, and you should be very conscious of it. So if you own a home, right, it's very important to make sure it's the most important asset you own, that you protect your asset.
But you've had either current clients or past clients reach out to you.
Absolutely.
In this most recent event, they've had water penetration.
I put a post out there on Facebook, many of you guys reached back out to me about having experienced water in your basement. So remember, this is what we want to do. You want to protect your home. Every house, I don't care, unless you live at the very top of a mountain, and the top, you're gonna get water in your house, and your basement's gonna have water. And you have to be proactive now, before it happens, because it's much healthier financially and mentally, for sure. Definitely want to get a basement system, and in my personal opinion, over a French drain, which is outside the house, they'll put a French drain around the house. A basement system is a much better investment, because even a French drain, water will eventually come through underneath the ground, because the French drain only goes the width of the wall of the house. But if the water goes underneath, which it does, and it follows the path of the bottom of your home, and then you're gonna put water. And that's what ended up happening to people over time. The water level, what do you call it, the water table of water is so much higher than it's ever been before. We've had more, well, we haven't had much snow. This year we got some snow, ironically. We got a ton of rain, so the ground is saturated. It's got so much water and schmutz in there, and it's gotta find a place to go. Schmutz.
You got schmutz in twice.
Yeah, I think schmutz in twice.
Schmutz in the ground, who would have thought?
So you wanna make sure that you've got a chance to protect your home. So let us know if you need help. We have lots of people who work on basement systems. You're gonna find they're great people to work with. And by protecting your home, it's much less expensive now than ever before, because the cost of it later on is huge.
And when you say basement system,
Yes,
are you speaking directly to the gentleman that we had on where,
yes,
because they're, like, you may have a yard that is not necessarily flat. Let's say
Correct.
you have a grade where your backyard is higher than your house.
yes,
Well, that rainwater is coming down towards the house.
100%.
And I remember him explaining to us that what he does is he creates an avenue for that water to go, and it kind of just like parting your hair down the middle and splitting it, you know, it
Yes.
just goes right around your house and
Yes.
out, away, so.
So with that being said, definitely parting the ways of the water. I like that analogy. That's actually pretty cool. You did that.
Yeah, that was my Moses moment.
I love it.
Parted
Part of the Red Sea. All right, so with that being said, again, water is something you want to protect your home from. And if anybody out there has any questions on our Facebook or Instagram, please don't hesitate to say hello. We have a question out there.
We have, it's not a question, from James Bolger.
Hey.
How about wishing the Cheshire High School hockey team good luck on tonight's semifinal game?
Jimmy Bolger from Calcania Real Estate, an amazing guy, super great guy to work with, by the way.
Mhm.
Love him for so many reasons, but he's right. Let's give a Cheshire Hockey a huge shout out. They're a great team. They have a great game tonight. We want to wish them good luck in the game tonight. Do you know Jimmy's son?
Never met him.
Never met him. He's a great young man. I think his father and mother must have really been very strict with him because his discipline is unbelievable. And how he mans up in the outside world is pretty impressive. So, great job as parents, and great point you make over there on Cheshire Hockey. Let's go Cheshire.
Well, you know what, let's touch an outside town, because we're not necessarily, we're Connecticut.
We are
Right.
Connecticut.
So Sheehan High School,
Yes. Wallingford.
girls basketball team,
Yes.
of which my cousin's daughter, so she would be, I guess, my second cousin,
Yes.
is a participant,
Oh, yeah.
and they're in the state finals.
Wow.
And they're playing at the casino this weekend,
No
on Saturday.
kidding. Wow. That's amazing.
Yep.
Good luck to Wallingford
Sheehan
girls.
girls basketball,
Yeah, that's awesome.
kick some A.
My tricep is twitching out over here, and I can't stop.
Did you work triceps this
I
morning?
haven't been into the gym over 2 weeks.
You heard that, right? 2
Crazy.
weeks he hasn't
You
been.
can see my face is getting rounder. I've been dealing with this chest cold. I've taken every antibiotic. I've taken now steroids. I'm supposed to be done, and I still can't go back to the gym.
I have an idea for you, I'll tell you when you're done.
I appreciate that. I need all the ideas I can get. I haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks. I've been eating like I'm going to the chair, and which is why my chin is now 3 times as long and wide. So I'm trying to give you an angle that's not as obvious when we're on camera over here.
So he's not gonna turn to the side.
Exactly.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Absolutely. So, again, Cheshire High School saw hockey and Wallingford girls basketball.
Sheehan.
Sheehan High School. Congratulations, good luck, and let's do a great job. You know, I gotta tell you that when it comes to the kids today in sports, it's such a great thing for them to have. It's a great outlet. It's great to be involved. It's a great thing for socialization, great for health, mind, body, and spirit. And we want to support these guys out there who are playing, and a big rah, rah, rah.
Ella Dorsey, that's her name, by the way.
Ella
Go
Dorsey.
Sheehan, come on.
All right, Ella.
You got this, Ella.
Ella. That's
Ella
a great
Dorsey.
name, Ella.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. All right, Ella, hopefully you're watching. If you're not watching, you'll catch it on the
She's
replay.
probably a practice.
Yeah.
Big game, you know.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's
Do
a
you know
big
they're
game.
playing?
I can tell you in a second. You keep talking.
All right, so we got the basement situation, we understand what water is, we understand you want to protect your basement. Very simple, it is simple, but it's not. You're gonna go around the perimeter, they're gonna dig to the base of the house, you're gonna put in these tubes, hook them up to couple sump pumps, some battery backups. Lots to talk about on this kind of stuff here also. We get more detail, I'm sorry.
Northwest Catholic.
Oh, wow,
Yeah. Northwest Catholic,
okay, big game for Sheen girls.
for sure.
All
I
right.
got this.
So we talked a little about the water in the basement and preparing your house, we talked about gutters. It's a good time for the springtime coming in is to get your heating systems now clean, serviced. Most people are rushing to try and get it done during the winter time. Wait till the springtime now and get it done because there's less people in line waiting to get it done. Usually get a service done. It's also less expensive to get it done in the springtime. So make on your calendar a mark to get your furnaces cleaned. Springtime cleaning to do.
Septic.
Septic systems. When was the last time you pumped your septic? Now, I'm gonna tell you something. If you have a mother or father and they're older and they live in a home that has septic, please reach out to them. They probably are not as,
Well, a lot of people figure because there's only one person in the house, or
Two
maybe
people.
two,
Right.
okay, that they don't need to pump it as often.
correct. That's
And-
not true.
But there are other factors to it. How old is the system?
Correct.
You know?
Absolutely.
If the system's older, then the pipes are older, and the tank is older,
Yes.
and yeah.
Part of the
It's-
system is running.
But the good thing with the pump out, okay, is that most companies will also look at the tank
And should.
after they pump it.
Right.
Okay, and they'll let you know if there's a crack, if it's weeping. You know what weeping is, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But do they know what weeping is?
Well, tell them,
You tell them.
because this is not
This is-
weeping. Because my very first, because I came from the city. So I didn't even know what a septic was.
Right.
Okay. And I bought a house with a septic system. And I remember at one point the guy told me, he goes, well, your system's weeping. And I go, well, I put it to work.
Yeah.
So, you know, and he goes, that's not what I mean. I go, I figured that. I was just trying to be funny,
Right,
you know?
right,
And he told me what it was, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, is that bad? He goes, not yet. I
right.
was like, oh, okay.
So tell everybody what that means, give little details.
So weeping is basically when the septic has two pieces that come together.
Yes.
Usually concrete, somebody's trying to call me. Okay, can't take that call. It's two pieces that come together, and when that seal is compromised, wastewater leaks out around the septic. So it's not only impacting the inside of the concrete, but now it's impacting the outside of the concrete as well, so.
Nothing like a luscious spewage going down the outside of your.
Wastewater,
Wastewater.
wastewater. Yeah,
That's gonna be a
that's
little
wastewater.
smelly, just a little smelly. If you walk outside and you smell poop and you don't have a dog, you should be concerned. So make sure that your septic tanks, if you have, and going back to parents, if you have parents who are older, I found this recently and going to listing appointments to sell people's homes that are older people, the most wonderful sweetheart people in the world. They keep all these dates and everything in order. But when you ask them about their septic tank, when was the last time you pumped their septic, they might have not pumped it in 5, 6, 7 years. And that's a problem. Because what we found so far in our experiences is those septic tanks are typically the ones are the most challenged and sometimes need to be replaced. And what to be replacing can be very expensive. So make sure to follow up with your parents and yourself included. You should really be pumping your septic every year, in my opinion. Some will say every 2 years, depending on people who live there. Here's what I say. You're not paying for the sewer, right? Which is a yearly bill, let's say $300, $350, $400 for a sewer. Pump your septic every year. It'll only save you much more money in the future. It does not hurt your septic to pump it out every year. It's only gonna make it run more thoroughly. As they say, cleaning out the pipes. Cleaning out the pipes makes everything healthier, right? Cleaning out the pipes makes everything healthier. No pun intended. You wanna have a healthy life, clean out your pipes. You wanna have a healthy home, clean out your pipes. Your septic system will run better. All the pieces of the puzzle that are involved in that septic system are gonna be running smoother, cleaner, and better, and last you longer, and save you a lot of money. That would be a good
For
conversation.
sure. Saving money is always good.
Saving money is a fantastic thing. Eric, what
Well-
about, let's see, what else can we talk about as far as spring goes in the house? Covered some heating system, servicing, septic tanks, we covered
The gutters.
gutters,
Getting the water away from the house.
bushes and the brush you mentioned.
Yeah.
Do you have a good landscaper? Are you doing it yourself, right? Landscaping is definitely my forte personally.
Nope.
I'm not the guy out there in a rider for a couple of reasons. One, I've got bad allergies. Two, it's not something I enjoy doing. Now, there are some guys like yourself who might enjoy doing it. You get out there,
That
You get
hour,
your strong
that
mouth.
hour and a half
right, your
on the
personal
ride
time.
mower,
Yeah,
just with the music on, listening to Metallica, and just, you know, doing your thing. Yeah,
you might
there's
have-
a zen feeling to it.
and then when you finish, you can see the lines in the grass you've done and how things look nice and pretty. I like to see the lines in the grass, the up and down ones, where you can see
I
like the baseball
tried that,
field.
it failed miserably.
It's definitely an art, I will say it to you.
It's an art form.
But it makes your house look so pretty amongst your neighbors. And when you drive by the house that has those lines in the grass, you're like, wow, that's pretty, nice stuff. It's a very cool thing. But make sure you have a landscaper. If you don't have a landscaper, let us know, we'll help you find somebody. If you're looking to do a nice new landscaping, as Eric mentioned before, you want to bring some new plantings, some new flowers, some new bushes. You want to change things around. It's a great thing to feel when you walk outside very proud of your property. We'll
Yeah, I mean,
definitely
they can
help you out.
tailor it to, because they may have, I mean, depending on the size of the house and the layout of the house, but, what's his name again, Nick?
Nick Kuvatis.
Nick
Studio
come in and
Studios.
design a landscape for you
Absolutely.
that accentuates your deck, be it a floating deck, a raised deck, whatever, you know?
It makes a huge impact on the emotional feel of your property. Think someone's out there?
John Max said a little smelly,
John Max,
with a question mark in the exclamation.
John
I
Max,
think that was your septic.
yeah, G Max. He was talking about, not John, G Max.
Jean.
Jean Max.
Jean Max.
Well, so first of all, Jean Max, is an amazing realtor at Team Powerhouse.
What's Jean's number?
Yes, let's do that, because I don't have it in front of me. But if you need to get in touch with a great realtor from Team Powerhouse, and he's listening, watching the show right now, you will love working with him. He'll take amazing care of you. He's a great guy. He speaks English, he speaks French, he speaks Creole. Great guy to work with for so many reasons. The greatest smile ever. This guy.
464?
203-464-4396, and that is Jean-Max, G-Max Nassana
Jean-Max Set.
from Team Powerhouse Global Banker. Thank you, Gene, for that. We appreciate it very much. So going into another program that our company, we talk about this a little bit every so often. It's called the Real Vitalize program. And Real Vitalize is everything that you as a seller prayed for. Everything you as a seller needed, wanted, and so much more.
Well, for those that don't have the cash.
Financial funds.
Yeah.
But even if they have the funds, the greatest part about this is you get to keep the funds in the pocket, right? And later on, when you go buy a house, you have funds to use. This program allows you to be your own flipper on your house, making the house look unbelievable. Coldwell Banker has amazing contractors that they work with to get your house ready for sale. So we walk in as a realtor, we give you an idea of what your value of your house will be once the house is redone. You then will make a tremendous more money on your house, and at closing, you pay back the work that's been done. So figure that every dollar you spend is gonna be $3 or $4 more back in your pocket, especially in our real estate market as we have today, with the buyers out there, and you all know who you are. You want a house that's been done, and pretty, and clean, and ready what they call turnkey. So Real Vitalize is a great program. You can Google it, Real Vitalize, Coldwell Banker, amazing program. Our team would love to help you with this, educate you. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Eric,
No.
let's talk about making sure buyers are approved. Why?
Why? Oh, God, great question. I have no idea. No, I mean, listen, obviously your approval is gonna be based on what you want your budget to be,
Yes.
okay? So you can meet with a lender and the lender tell you, hey, you're qualified for $750,000, which could be a $5,700 a month mortgage,
Absolutely.
right? And you're like, yeah, that's not what I was looking for,
Right.
you know? So, I mean, you can tailor your qualifications to what you want to spend per month. So let's say you're spending $2,500 a month on rent currently.
Very
okay?
reasonable, yes.
So then, which is not too far off where most rents are elevating to.
Absolutely.
You can tell a lender, hey, I know I qualify for this, but this is what I want to spend per month, okay? And they'll tell you, well then, and this is the beauty part, that they'll tell you, this is what the price of the house should be, and this is what the taxes should be. And
Taxes.
they'll put you right in that sweet spot of $2,500.
And Eric made a very good point, because not only just the purchase price, when someone says, I want to buy a house up to this price, the taxes make a big difference as to what you're going to be spending per month. So don't just look at the purchase price, you have to know what the taxes are, be very conscious of it. Some towns' taxes are higher than others, be conscious of it. And depending where you're looking to buy, based on where you work, probably that 30-minute ballpark, everybody says that would be 30 minutes from work. And the ideal situation is 30 minutes to work.
So just to give you an example,
Yes.
$5,000 in taxes
Yes.
is $416 a month, okay?
That is not included, or is included in your mortgage payment.
Right.
Should be.
And a $10,000 taxes is $833. So you're talking about a $400 difference.
It's important to make sure you know this information, because you can be in the town of Hamden, I'll just use for example, have taxes of $5,000 or have taxes for $10,000, depending on where you're located and depending on how big the house is and the piece of property. You can be in Wallingford where the taxes are very reasonable, right? And you'll find that the towns that have lower taxes have a higher price range or purchase price. It kind of evens out a little bit, but taxes always go up, so be conscious of taxes, right? So we're buying a house, where are we looking to buy based on where we go to work and maybe our lifestyle? I was just talking to a client
Or
recently.
school district.
Or school district.
Mhm.
I was just talking to a physician last night who's looking to buy a house in Connecticut. They were thinking about buying in the Farmington, Avon area, right? Beautiful area. Love the Hartford area, beautiful. But then they realized that there was not as much to choose from, and where the taxes were maybe a little higher there than they wanted to. So they started looking maybe towards Cheshire, right? Wallingford, North Haven, another group of towns over here with schools and dynamics over here. They're also looking for a certain social life. And I say social life, not like they're 20 years old going out, bar hopping, but a social life of restaurants and community of people that they want to be a part of.
Right.
You also may go to a religious place of worship, and that might be something that you consider as to where you live as well. Is that denomination, is the right word, denomination, that you are a part of, that you want to be surrounded by that church, synagogue, mosque, whatever it
Well, it's
is,
certainly more common in New York,
more common in New York.
yes.
Like temples for Jewish people, temples.
Synagogue?
Right,
Yes.
tremendous.
You've got
So-
a Hoppin' synagogue, everybody wants to be in that, yeah, everybody
So-
wants to be there, yeah.
It's, it's all depends on your background and what is anybody out there, I'm sorry, I ask questions at all? Anybody, I'm sorry, if you have, depending on what you grew up in, might depend on what synagogue you wanna go, whether you're Ashkenazi, Sephardic, which means your parents came from different parts of the world,
Mhm.
how they sing, how they pray. So these are things that may be influencing you where you wanna look for a house. Dave, who's out there?
Jean Max again. Can you go to the store and walk out of the store with a car full of items without knowing your budget?
Very good point. You cannot go to a store.
He's not just a pretty smile.
He's not just a pretty face. His big smile, greatest smile, this guy here. So you definitely can't just go into a store that you have to make a list of the items you want, right? Without knowing your budget before going shopping. It's a very good point, a very good analogy. So you definitely need to know your budget. Budget is everything. And being comfortable with that budget in your heart, in your mind, so you're comfortable in your pocket later on, right?
That's why I don't buy vegetables when I go shopping, because they're just way too expensive.
That is
It's not
true.
worth it.
That is, the vegetable prices, speaking of vegetable shopping, it's very common that people go to multiple stores to find produce,
Oh,
fruits and
for sure.
vegetables,
Well, not just produce, but everything.
everything.
Sometimes paper products,
Yes.
toilet paper, paper towel, stuff like that, are cheaper in one store, and then they go to another store for groceries, another store for frozen foods and stuff, yeah.
It's definitely something we've noticed over the last few years, even in our family, when we're shopping for stuff, where we might go based on those things, and that also might play a role as to where you wanna buy a house. Are there grocery stores or convenience places around you where you're looking? Things that you wanna think about, things as realtors we think about for you, and the kind of questions we ask the people when we're preparing for our home purchase.
Yes, what do you need to be near? Yeah.
Jess Mallory said hello, Dave and Eric.
Hey,
Hello.
Jess, great guy, great guy. Thank
Wow.
you so much, yeah. Thank you, Jess, for watching, always being part of our show every week. We love when you reach out. Thank you so much, Jess. And please say hello to Linda as well. All right, we're getting close to the end of our show over here, and we hope we educated you guys,
In that wheel.
gave you some good information. It is the street market. Be excited. Eric Vasquez, Dave Lamel, our team is fantastic, great group of people you have over there. Jean-Max, G-Max Sana, who's out there being a part of our show as well today. And you got all these other people to make sure, go to our website. Go to teampowerhousesells.com, okay? When you go there, you'll see our team out there, and you can click on the different faces and ask
Right now,
questions.
everybody's turning their heads, trying to read it.
I'm sorry, is that right?
No, now it's upside down.
Teampowerhousesells.com. I wonder if this QR code works on the big screen over there, if they're actually clicking on that QR
I
code.
don't think it's gonna be, I
That'd
don't
be
think it's
kinda
gonna be
neat.
big enough. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, the QR code. I'll put that this way.
Have somebody test it.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Hey, Gene, while you're out there, tell me if that QR code works when you're on the computer, all right? See if that QR code will work, that'd be kind of neat. Although he might be watching from his phone to the show. All right, so next part of our show, giving out a beautiful free tumbler. Let's see who's gonna win tonight, and please, if you want to win a tumbler, please let us know. We ask you every week, send us your contact, you can put it there, you can message me personally. We'll add you to the list, and we'll get you on the wheel.
Didn't Anthony win last week?
Anthony's wife won, yes. Absolutely. Actually, Anthony won, and we're gonna give it to his wife, absolutely, yes. Good memory.
It was a week ago, dude.
That is true. All right, then, who's on a lucky wheel tonight to be our winner?
We got Iravello.
Iravello.
Doesn't say off of.
I think that sounds familiar to me.
Sounds like an airline.
It does sound like
Iravello.
Airlines. Please reach out to us. We're gonna get you a nice tumbler. We appreciate the opportunity to be a part of your lives every week. Thanks so much for joining us. Jimmy Bulger, thank you so much, Gene, and everyone out there, Jess, Mallory, thank you everybody out there who watched our show every week. Our friends, our clients, our families, You know, it means the world to us to be a part of your lives. And if you see a show and you think it's great, please share it with your friends and family. We hope that they'll also get something out of this show and watch it every week. Thank you so much, everybody. We will see you next week. Hopefully it'll be a warm one.
Mahalo.
That was good stuff.
Still alive.
Still
Still
alive.
alive.
I love that Jimmy Bolger watches. That's so cool. He asked me to come to the hockey game